Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Nadia. I'm talking to you from Los Angeles, California. And in my session, I want to talk about the best thing that has happened to my career, which is having a career break. So, when we first meet a stranger, one of the first questions that we usually ask him or her is, "What do you do?" This question has become synonymous with "Who are you?" because for most of us, our job defines who we are. But for the last 6 years, this has become the question that I dread the most. Let me tell you why by taking you back to 6 years ago. In 2015, I graduated from a master's degree in marketing in France. I was full of hope and high expectations for my future because I had always been working so hard to have a successful career. As an Asian immigrant who grew up in Europe, my family kept reminding me that they had sacrificed their whole life for us children, so we should at least excel at school. And this is what I did. I was a highly competitive and motivating girl who always tried to achieve her best. I got into a prestigious high school, university, and then graduate school. I earned scholarships to go to Argentina, Estonia, and then Canada. And then I started my career at research institutions, chambers of commerce, universities, and global corporations across Europe and North America. So after earning a master's degree in France, I moved to Canada and I was ready to climb the corporate ladder. However, only 2 months after I started my job as a sales and marketing manager for an international corporation in Vancouver, my husband found a job in Boston, and so we relocated to the USA. As some of you might know, this is not an easy and fast journey for spouses of employment permit holders to get their own work permit in the US. And so I ended up in a new country with 2 degrees from Europe and no work. It might sound surprising to some of you, but this is way too common in the USA. Every year, there are over 100,000 dependent US visas issued to spouses of work permit holders. The highlighted word here is dependent, which means that you, as a dependent visa holder, depend on your spouse to provide for you. And the vast majority of dependent visa holders are women, especially from India, and with college degrees. These highly educated spouses are prevented from being financially independent and building their careers, which in turn impacts the US economy by billions of dollars annually. But more importantly, these forced career breaks take a career and mental toll on the people. Many of them never return back to work. So during my first months in the US, I went through the honeymoon stage first, feeling liberated since it was the first time I didn't have any study or work commitments. But as a workaholic, I soon started looking for volunteering opportunities to fill my time. People on dependent visas can do whatever they want except for getting a remunerated job. So I first took 2 volunteering positions. In the first one, I helped new immigrants and refugees to find jobs, while in the second one, I volunteered at the Chamber of Commerce so I could make valuable professional and personal contacts and continue with what I had been doing previously. But a few months later, I got into the frustration stage. I thought that I should do more and that this was the chance for me to initiate my own projects and see how far I can take them. So I decided to write a book, and I started collecting personal stories of inspirational women worldwide for an anthology aiming to empower women. Also, I co-founded a global citizenship community for young Vietnamese students to help them develop soft skills to be able to study and work abroad. I felt like I had finally found the purpose of my life, to empower and provide tools for young people to find success in their lives. And I worked on my projects passionately. Within the next 3 years, I published 9 books. One of them became a bestseller and won a national award. Another one was selected as one of the 6 best projects by the International Youth-to-Youth Initiative based in Sweden. My global citizenship community gradually grew to more than 100,000 members on social media platforms, which gave me a chance to be featured on dozens of articles and documentaries in many countries. I have delivered speeches at international summits, universities, and schools, both online and offline. So from working under supervision, I now manage teams of tens and sometimes hundreds of people. Also, I have been able to further enhance my knowledge and skills by reading books, taking courses, and pursuing another master's degree in education for sustainable development. In 2020, I founded my EdTech platform to connect global instructors with students because I believe in the power of mentorship and empowering young people. Do you remember when I said in the beginning that I dreaded the question, "What do you do?" It's because I no longer have an easy one-sentence answer to this question. I'm no longer defined by a single job, but by the number of people my projects and books have impacted, and by the level of satisfaction and fulfillment that I feel while doing what I love. So, thanks to my career break, I have managed to do many amazing global projects and found my purpose in life. And I trust that a break might be very beneficial to you as well. A recent report by Manpower Group shows that 84% of millennials foresee significant career breaks in the near future, and the career ladder of earlier generations is being replaced by career waves. Apart from not having a work permit, the top reasons why people in working age take a professional break are for traveling, for raising children, caring for others, studying or training, recovering from accidents or illnesses, or because they are considering a career transition. Even though such breaks are becoming more and more common, professionals still face significant challenges when they try to re-enter the workforce and when they're back at work. Most people resist the idea of a career break because they fear how others will perceive the break, or because they don't have a clear idea of how they would spend the time away. They also fear having a long gap in their resumes, lagging behind in job growth, or losing a stable income. But on the other hand, professional breaks might present significant and long-lasting benefits, such as improving your family relationships, meeting new people, learning and developing new skills, expanding your horizons while traveling abroad, having a renewed motivation and energy, which is very true for me, rethinking the career path, exploring new career options, and finding what you truly love. I believe that we all need some time for ourselves to know who we really are. Before taking the leap and resign from your job, you have to ask yourselves the following questions. First, what is the reason why I'm taking a break? Is it because I'm burned out? Because I want to have time for my projects? Or because I want to switch jobs or careers? 2, am I at a good point career-wise and financially to take a break? Because remember, you might be on your break for 1 year or 3 years or 5 years, so you have to take care of yourself during that time. Number 3, how long am I going to take this break? So you need to have this question clear at the beginning of your break. 4, what am I going to do and what do I want to achieve during my break? Be honest with yourself and write pros and cons of taking a break. Talk to your family and close friends. They might be naysayers and want to talk you out of it, but this is a chance for you to defend your points and see if they make sense at all. Also, find people who have previously taken a career break and ask for their advice. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn is linkedin.com/in/Nadia Hoth. I will be happy to give you advice within my capacity. Once you have a solid plan, It's time for that deserved break. And there are 3 pieces of advice that I want to give you for your career break. The first one is focus on crafting and building your personal brand. Nowadays, in the age of social media and digitalization, it's crucial to have a strong personal brand that people will remember you with. Remember that even if you're on a break right now, once you decide to return back to the job market, your potential employers will look you up online and try to find as much information about you as possible. Your brand isn't what you say it is, but it's what Google says it is. For those with long career breaks, it's especially important to self-promote your personal branding and spread the word about it. There are many ways for you to let other people know about you and your personal brand. The first way is through word of mouth. So spread the word among your family, friends, professional connections. Number 2, by maintaining a blog, a vlog, a podcast, or social media page. This is what I have been doing. I have been sharing my knowledge, my skills, and my career, my what I want to do in the future through social media. Number 3, by publishing book, writing articles, and creating a course. Number 4, by attending professional events, workshops, and conferences to network with the relevant people. Networking during your break is really important since some of the new people you meet might be those who will write a reference letter for you in the future. Number 5, you might also build a community, a startup, or a project related to what you're passionate about. And last but not least, by becoming a speaker at TEDx, and other conferences. Building a strong personal brand takes time, but it will pay off. My second piece of advice for you is get out of your comfort zone and let your creativity bloom during your career break. Do things you didn't have a chance to do during your school and work. For example, learn a new language or a new skill, travel to new places, volunteer, attend a course or event, or even take a whole new degree. This might be your last long break from your job for the next several decades, so use the time wisely. My third piece of advice for you is stay mentally healthy and make the most out of your career break. Keep in mind that there will be times when you regret your decision to quit your job and you will hate yourself for taking a pause from your career. So it's important to have a journal where you write down your daily progress and achievements so that you can look back at them whenever you feel low. When you're ready to return to work, the first task for you is to figure out where you are so that you can make the transition back to work as smooth as possible. Update your resume with the new skills and interests. And if you cannot fill the huge gaps in your resume with activities and projects, try to transform your resume to a functional instead of chronological one. You should have a clear head while looking for a job. You might need to apply for quite a few jobs before you receive an interview invitation, but don't panic and accept the first job that comes. Remember what you did during your career break and use these details to your advantage during your future job interviews. Showing that you continued to advance your skills during your career break highlights your motivation and commitment to your career. Returning back to work after a long break is tough, but professional gaps have become a reality in our pandemic-ridden, high-mobility world. Fortunately, career breaks are being normalized by the companies nowadays. LinkedIn, for example, has recently made it easier for people who take extended career breaks to better represent that time on their profiles. 34% of the Fortune 50 have their in-house return to work programs. So don't be afraid to take this leap. However, the workplace is still mostly a straightforward career path. Whenever you feel discouraged and unsure about yourself, remind yourself that it takes courage and strength to deviate from a normal career path, and that you should salute yourself for your accomplishments. Having a time off has helped you become a more rounded individual, and probably with clearer goals and greater motivation than before. Also, accomplishing your own plans shows that you have excellent time management and organizational skills, and you have agreed to do what it takes to reach your goals. I will finish my speech with a quote from the career coach and television personality Ryan Khan, who has said that starting over is the opportunity to come back better than before. So good luck to all of you. Thank you for listening.